Welcome everybody to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. What's good, everybody? It's Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony the Hammer Florio, the Twisted Angel, Dee Woodson. Unfortunately, Michael Bullock will not be on the show tonight. That's okay. We him on Friday night for Strictly Sports. Now, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Smackdown Live just went off the air just a short time ago. We're going to get into a full review about the show here tonight, and we are definitely rip-roaring on the way to Money in the Bank. That will go down just in a very short time, about, I want to say, about 11 nights from now on Father's Day night, live on the WWE Network. And ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right in. We started it off with all the women participating in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That was Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Natty Neidhart, and Tamina Snuka. And Shane McMahon came out and revealed the actual briefcase for the women's Money in the Bank. It's a little different from the men. It's white coated with a beautiful Money in the Bank logo right on it. But if you notice the dimensions, it's smaller. It is more sleeker. It's more, I want to say it is definitely more of a work style briefcase. You saw, because traditionally the Money in the Bank briefcase is a little more fatter. It's a little more bigger on the, is a little different. This one's a little more sleeker, a little more slimmer, more smaller than the other traditional cases, but still, nonetheless, a historic moment. Then Naomi came out, saying, whoever wins the Money in the Bank, they're going to have to face me sometime down the line. Who knows what's going to happen? Well, there was one other person that actually decided to say hello, and it was a debut. It was Lana, the Ravishing Rush. And that's Anthony Florio, and I know he was probably pulling out the yes, 1,000 times yes. He probably was doing the oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God moment, where probably trying to say easy now, Florio, and he was probably yelling at Bullock. Even though I know Bullock wasn't with us tonight, he probably would have pulled the Corey Graves on him, basically saying, shut up, Bullock, don't ruin this for me. And he probably was pulling the oh my God, I think I'm in love bit. All right, but I'm gonna let Florio go with whatever with that a little bit later on. Not right now, not yet. But yes, whatever the case may be, it was pretty epic, to say the very least. Lana is in SmackDown Live, and more importantly, she wanted in on the Money in the Bank. Now, all the girls were all, joking, like laughing their heads off, saying, wait a minute, are you serious? You want in on this? No, you don't even deserve an opportunity. Rightfully so, no problem, because yes, Lana has not competed. She has been working underground, some NXT house show events, and she hasn't officially competed yet. So, like we said, the land of opportunity, you got to earn your spot, not get it handed to you. Now, she goes off on a temper tantrum. We had a six women tag on that show, which was Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Naomi, the reigning defending SmackDown Women's Champion, and they went up against Carmella, Tamina, and Natalya, the Sweet Halle Vibe Mean Girls, a.k.a. the Welcoming Committee, with James Ellsworth in the corner. The winner of the bout was Tamina. She wins it for her team. Lana comes back out, basically pulls the leg out from under the champion to give Tamina the opportunity for the super kick, for the 1, 2, 3. Tamina gets momentum going into Money in the Bank. So, how do I rank everything? First off, again, for the second time this week, the SmackDown women sticks it to the Raw women. There is purpose. There is a storyline. There is everything you needed to have. And now there's an extra dynamic with Lana in it. And I love it because of the fact that they're really now going up and they nailed it. They nailed Lana's character. I loved what they're doing with Lana now because now they're making her, they're giving her what the Emelina character was supposed to be. The va 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 boom, the seductress, the sexiness. I know Dee Dee Woodson's probably going to be railing on this, and I know she will. Understandable. But that's what they wanted Emelina to be, and it just never worked. With Lana, it looks like she's got the charisma, she's got the attitude, and it looks like she's gonna bring that element. And the fans are already on her side. That's very telling, is that the fans, especially the men, are already, they're crawling over to Lana's side and they're liking what they're seeing. But I think she definitely lost some points at the end when she definitely did the little trip up on Naomi. And I was wondering, at first I was like, are they going to try to turn Naomi heel and let Lana run as the face? It doesn't look like that's the case now, but we got to wait and see. This was an incredible way to start SmackDown Live off. Then with the match itself, I'll go ahead and say it. It was one of my fights of the night. It was about, I'm going to say about the third best fight of the night. Good match, solid, maybe about 2.5 stars. And I love the fact that I know a lot of people are going to be a little ripped about the overbooked finish, but I thought it was necessary. I got nothing bad to say about the ending. And on top of that, good for Tamina to get the win here. I like that it was that unpredictability this time around, that you let Tamina pin the champion. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, Lana interfered, she helped. Okay, fine, no problem. But whenever you get a person to highlight and to spotlight them this close to Money in the Bank, you want everybody on their game. Nobody suffers. The champion goes down, yes, but she's not involved in the Money in the Bank. And on top of that, you want the Money in the Bank to be unpredictable. Now you give Tamina a rub. That puts the seeds in the mind of some people that, hey, maybe Tamina might end up walking out of here winning the whole thing and getting the Money in the Bank. I loved it. I think SmackDown has done, like I said, a phenomenal job handling their women, unlike Monday Night Raw. Anthony Florio, come on in. I know you went nuts over the Lana thing, but other than that, what did you think about the opening segment of tonight on SmackDown Live?
Well, I'll tell you, MF. I mean, it was definitely by default the segment of the night because this was a wrestling heavy show. If I'm going to be real honest with you, but before I get into that, yes, I will be honest. If only we were doing the commentary tonight, MF. I got to be honest. I mean, when Lana showed up, I mean, yes, there would have been that Corey Graves element on that, no doubt about it. But I would have gone even more old school on that. Remember back in the day whenever we used to see one of our favorite ladies, I mean, I would always yell out MF, MF. And then you would always counter with the Hitman every time you saw one of your favorites. Like when I would see Trish Stratus, or if you would see Stacy Keibler. I mean, that's what we would do back in the day. And I was kind of hoping we would bring that element back into it tonight. That's exactly what I was going for. But But yeah, great to see Lana on the back on the SmackDown Live roster. And well, let's just say something big is going to be coming her way in a little bit. We'll get into that. But oh, that entrance was something. I'll tell you that right now. The male fans were excited to see her, and but there was and Becky. I'll tell you what, Becky Lynch. I thought she had the best lines there. And she had the most vocal crowd reaction, which is very surprising considering that Charlotte normally gets the big reactions. So, well, it is by default the segment of the night. I love the briefcase reveal, and I'm glad they didn't go stereotypical and make it pink or anything like that. They made it white, which I'm more than okay with. So, yeah, no stereotypicalness. I'm glad about that. Good for them. As far as the match is concerned, I 100% agree with MF's rating. I'm going to give it 2 to 2.5 stars as well. There was nothing especially thrilling about this 6-woman tag match. The Lana interference was tipped off earlier, and it seemed to be the entire purpose for the encounter. There wasn't much of a reason for it otherwise, and they'd be better off going with singles matches to set up individual tensions ahead of the Money in the Bank otherwise. So that's really all I can say on that. And the Sweet Valley High Mean Girls get it done again. And question is Lana now a member of the group? Now that because she helped them win? It's possible. So we'll have to wait and see. So 2 to 2.5 stars for me. A well-done debut for Lana. And let's just say she's got a big opportunity coming up down the road. So Didi Woodson, Twisted Angel, come on in. And yes, the SmackDown Live women's ticket to Raw yet again.
Oh, yeah. There was definitely a better quality segment and match from the ladies on SmackDown than what we've seen on Raw. From what it looked like at the end of the match, it does look like that Lana is going to go with the Mean Girls, the Sweet Valley High Girls, whatever you want to call them. You know, the brats, I guess you could call them. But you know, it is what it is. It's just, you know, the stick it to them finish of, you know, let's come out here and cause trouble, which leads up later to a backstage segment that will bring up a match at that Extreme Rules, not Extreme Rules, at Money in the Bank. So I'm going to agree with the rating. Nothing bad to say about it. Really enjoyed the match compared to the last couple of ladies matches I've seen. So, Fletch, it's yours.
Yes, indeed. I'll even say this quickly. Dave Metzer's been very critical about the Monday Night Raw women so far that he actually not only ripped on the segment, which we all ripped on not too long ago, that got us all almost on a rant, and we actually had to lock the door on Didi Woodson, which we apologize, but we did not want her to go off on the epic rant that she was probably going to tee up, and we were all going to have to hide the women and children on that one. But then he goes on and rips the Raw women again, talking about how bad the pay-per-view match was between her and Alexa and Bayley, and then ripped again on the Raw women about the fight last night between Alexa Bliss and Nia Jackson, how that turned out. So enough about that. SmackDown women definitely has definitely elevated their game, and now let's see what happens. It's going to get very interesting. Who knows how this is going to play out? But speaking of Money in the Bank, the men were spotlighted in this one. Rematch from last week. Dolph Ziggler goes one-on-one with the phenomenal AJ Styles, and AJ gets the dupe on this one. He gets the victory over Ziggler unofficially 9 minutes and 31 seconds. Anthony Florio, it is all yours, my friend.
Another solid 2.5 stars. Way too short for my liking considering the talent involved. I mean, we know these two guys can give us a solid pay-per-view quality bout any day of the week, but this was not one of them. Styles and Ziggler this time around was a bit clunky for my taste, if I'm going to be real honest. But I will be honest, I was glad to see AJ Styles get the win back. Last week made no sense at all whatsoever, even though they were trying to make Ziggler, look relevant for a change, which he has not done since they turned him heel. The last relevant thing Ziggler has done was that great feud he had with Miz last year, which included that near 5-star match they had at No Mercy in October. But what has Ziggler done for us lately? Not much of anything. And but that finish last week was an absolute mess. I mean, that was not good at all. I mean, that was a cringeworthy finish, honestly. But I'm glad they gave the Phenomenal One the win back, and now you give him some momentum going into Money in the Bank. And MF, you said it best. They want to make this match as unpredictable as possible, and that's a good way to do it. I mean, win that match. Let's be realistic. And even though, if I'm going to be real honest with you, Nakamura is actually my favorite to win that, is my projected favorite right now because of how they've been pushing him. But, it is what it is. But I'm going to give it a solid, I'm going to give this a solid 2.5 stars for the effort. Probably say second best fight of the night, maybe. I don't know. So that's all I can say there. So, Didi Whitson, your thoughts on Styles Ziggler too?
Yeah, I agree. It's about 2.5 star bout. I'm not one that likes to see the same people fight over and over and over again, but these guys seem to work off each other pretty well. So that's about all I'm going to say about it. So Fletch, it's yours.
Yeah, I'll give you the 2.5 stars. I mean, that was definitely a good match. Were we looking for something a little more than that? Absolutely, but there was nothing that we could have seen that would have wanted us to tell you anything else. So no, I mean, we were looking for something better, and it just didn't really pan out the way it was supposed to. So that's just it is what it is. So other than that, let's just move on. Now, there was a little bit of a crappy, campy segment backstage. Don't worry, I'm not gonna bore you with this, guys. But it was the they were talking with Breezango, trying to get some stuff about the Usos and getting ready for their big title fight at Money in the Bank. I mean, yeah, so at Money in the Bank. All right, fine, whatever. Then we had a cool segment in the backstage. Shane McMahon with Mojo Rawley, and Mojo's like, what? We haven't had an opportunity. We kind of let us, ever since I won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale at WrestleMania. I mean, I really haven't had an opportunity. We've done a lot. We've worked our tails off. I really wish I could get a big break here. Unfortunately, nothing's happened yet, and I really want a big opportunity. No doubt about it. I mean, okay. So Shane McMahon's like, all right, this is what we'll do. We'll give you a match. If you win, you're in Money in the Bank. But here's the thing. Your opponent is the WWE champion, Mahal, the modern day Maharaja. All right. So, said it was the match versus Mojo Rawley, non-title match. The winner of the bout at 4 minutes and 52 seconds, Jinder Mahal. He gets him with a Cobra Clutch Slam for the victory. And then after that, he cuts a promo about, about crushing the dreams of Mojo, and that he was going to do the same to Randy Orton in St. Louis at Money in the Bank. So, Didi Woodson, give me your thoughts about the match, and then give me your thoughts briefly on Jinder's promo after the fight was over. Okay. I'm sorry. So DD's gone off for the moment, so I guess I'll take over. All right. By default, this was the worst fight of the night. I don't think we can really harp too much about this. Yes, I understand this is kind of not really a great matchup, whatever. I mean, we were looking for something better. And I mean, look, give credit where credit's due to WWE to try to, you know, a little bit of a push. I know, but the thing is that if anybody really thinks about this, and let me be real honest with you, after winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, did any of these guys really have a monster push after winning it? Cesaro became a Paul Heyman guy, but got underutilized, misutilized, as a matter of fact. It wasn't until after is when he got the mega push. Look at Baron Corbin now. He hasn't really gotten a monster push. Neither did the Big Show when he won his year. I understand it. Give credit where credit's due, but I don't know. It's not working right now. At least in my eyes, it's not working. We'll wait and see what happens. But one thing's for sure, folks. I hope you get to see it. I hope you. I can only give this maybe 1 star. I'm probably even pushing at that. So, Anthony, why don't you come in? Give me your thoughts about the match. Jinder Mahal beats Mojo Rawley.
I agree. Worst fight of the night. I'll give it 1 star for the effort. I'm very curious to see how long WWE will persist with this Jinder Mahal experiment. It's almost baffling in its mediocrity. It's almost exactly what you would expect from putting a journeyman wrestler without any transcendent qualities in charge of carrying a show. Almost all the interesting stuff on SmackDown is happening around him rather than because of him. But the match was okay. It was, it was fine for what it was, but it was, nothing exactly to write home about. And I mean, it's nothing personal against Jinder. It's just that he just doesn't cut it for me. I've never been sold on the guy. I mean, I'm happy he's champion. I mean, hey, that's awesome. I mean, that's a praise God moment. I mean, for them to have the balls to put the title on the guy. I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, it's a fresh face in the main event scene, holding the championship of the world, and I'm okay with that. It's just that I'm not sold. I'm still not sold. I mean, the match with Orton was fine, but Mojo Rawley. I mean, and you made a great point, MF. I mean, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I mean, they say, oh, it's going to be a stepping stone. It's going to be one of the next stepping stones for a superstar's career. Yeah, okay. Well, Cesaro, currently 1/2 of your Raw Tag Team Champions with Sheamus. I mean, he's had some very good matches, but he just hasn't had that breakthrough moment yet. I mean, even though he and Sheamus are gelling as a tag team, and I was very skeptical about that at first, but not now. They won me over. That's all I can say there. Well done, guys. And then from there, Big Show, well, he's one of those in and out kind of guys. And, well, the only one who's really benefiting right now, I would have to say, it's Corbin. I mean, look where Baron Corbin is. I mean, he's in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He's definitely a favorite. And I've got some very positive feedback regarding that young man in a little bit. And then Mojo Rawley. I mean, ever since WrestleMania, when he had that big moment with Gronk, winning that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in Orlando at WrestleMania 33. I mean, he's right. What has he done for us lately? Nothing. So, yeah. You say the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is used to be the next stepping stone for a superstar's career. I haven't seen it yet. Sorry. So, until I see one of these guys, get that breakthrough moment, I can't take that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal thing seriously. So, while we wait for Didi Woodson to come back, I mean, I really honestly don't have anything else I want to say about this. So I'm just gonna move on enough.
Yeah, well, we'll just move on. After that, we did have a backstage moment. Renee Young actually got a chance to talk to Randy Orton about it, and Orton legends. Talking about Harley Race, and we have a lot. Right now, our thoughts and prayers are with Harley Race. He suffered a horrible fall in his hometown not too long ago. He's in the hospital right now. It happened, I think, about a couple of days ago. So yes, right now our thoughts and prayers are with Harley Race and his family. At this moment, they're talking about that he probably broke his leg. That it's a very serious situation over there. Harley, we're thinking about you, my friend, and please get well soon. That's all we can say on behalf of myself, Anthony, and Didi, and I know in spirit, Michael Bullock as well. So we're just going to go right into the next fight, which was the New Day against the Colognes. The New Day wins the bout at 6 minutes and 43 seconds, but then after the match, the Usos came out, and boy, did they hit with a scathing, unbelievable promo. I mean, probably one of their best promo works like I've seen in a while for these guys. I mean, they went the New Day, ripped on all three members, just absolutely killed them. So, I mean, it was a thing of beauty. I got nothing bad to say about it. The match, I'm not going to give too much, maybe a star and a half. But the promo was that beauty. It was amazing. So, yeah, nothing more to say. Anthony Floyo, it's all yours.
Again, we agree. The match was predictable. 1 to 1.5 stars. I agree 100% on that. And the post-match was better. The promo was solid, and the New Day Uso feud shows a lot of promise. This is the first time I felt like the Usos needed some better material. A lot of it kind of felt recycled, but other than that, though, I mean, spot on. I mean, they definitely brought it to the table tonight, and yeah, I mean, I'm very much looking forward to the tag team title bout coming up at Money in the Bank on Father's Day night. They're definitely, that's got potential to be a show stealer as well, based on the bodies of work. So, I mean, I really don't know what else there is to say. I mean, I don't know what's keeping Didi Woodson. Hopefully he's all right. So with that being said, let's just move on. I don't really have anything else I want to say on that.
Well, there's only one thing left. The main event. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. Shinsuke Nakamura wins the bout, but after the match, he gets jumped by Baron Corbin. Anthony Florio, it's you. You got the main event.
Well, before we do, Didi Woodson's back in, and if we might want to catch her up on what she missed.
All right, Didi, I just want to be very brief on this. So, we were talking about the Mojo. First off, I believe you got left off on here. Mojo Rawley versus Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal wins the bout. So just give us a brief comment.
Boring. It's about half of a star, so that's it.
Okay. A versus the Colognes.
I don't think I actually have a rating on that one. No, I didn't write one down.
Okay.
I'll give it a 2. It was all right.
Fine. But I know you definitely had a rating for this one. Our main event of the evening, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. With Nakamura winning.
That one I'll give 4 stars. I really enjoyed that one and was not surprised Corbin came out at the end and took him out. So, I mean, Corbin's kind of, I guess you could say he's doing the Bray Wyatt thing on SmackDown, taking out all the opponents. So, That's about all I'm going to say about that.
All right. So with that said, Anthony, I guess I'll give it back to you because I was going to let you lead off on the main event, but go ahead.
I think 4 is a little steep, DD, if I'm going to be real honest. I'm leaning more towards 3 to 3.25 stars for the match. It was the fight of the night, absolutely. Corbin and Nakamura are the two favorites for the Money in the Bank, in my honest opinion. The Nakamura and Owens match didn't really move the needle for me. I've yet to see a genuinely exciting Nakamura match on the main roster, which is disconcerting to a degree. Hopefully he can find a way to work more of his Japanese style into his TV bouts, or at least push the pace a little bit more. There was a real lack of creativity and suspense in the finish to the main event that was particularly disappointing. Both men are capable of so much better. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I just expect too much from low-stakes TV encounters. But, I mean, it was nothing like that match they had at the Ring of Honor event in 2014 that MF reminded us of earlier on his Facebook page. I mean, that was amazing. This match here, though, not so much. But it was the fight of the night by default. 3 to 3.25 stars. It's the best I can give it. Baron Corbin, though. Baron Corbin came out like a star tonight. First, he takes out Sami Zayn after he was being interviewed by MF's favorite, Dasha Fuentes. And, oh boy, did he take Sami Zayn out. Did a great job on commentary. And then lays out Nakamura with the end of days. And Baron Corbin, to me, came out like a star tonight. So, well done, Lone Wolf. That was amazing. And MF, I mean, some other things came out of this show here tonight. And I'm surprised you haven't touched on it yet. So, I think now we're going to give you your opportunity to do that, considering SmackDown Live is the land of opportunity. So that's all I can say there. So 3 to 3.25 stars. It was the fight of the night, but I wasn't as excited about it as Didi was. Sorry, just telling it like it is.
I guess I could meet you guys halfway and say 3.5 stars. And, I think that's the best way to go with this. I thought it was a very good main event. I definitely liked it. I was looking for something more, and I actually posted a video on Facebook earlier today of the epic match between Nakamura and Kevin Steen. Everybody knows Kevin Owens is Kevin Steen, and when they had their War of the Worlds match at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York about 3 years ago, and how epic that match was. So I kind of felt like I knew we weren't going to get that kind of level, but I was looking for something somewhere in that neighborhood. I think for the most part it nailed it, but I kind of felt like I wish it would have been a little better, but everything felt fine, traditional, expected. So open for on the overall review, guys. It's all yours.
All right, I'll take it for a spin. I'm going to give this about 7 to 7.5 out of 10. I mean, I felt this was a very good show yet again. Nakamura and Owens, fight of the night. Second best fight I would probably give to Styles and Ziggler. The sixth woman rounds it out. I mean, we only had 2 average and mediocre matches on this show. New Day and the Colognes and Mahal and Rawley. And then you had a very good opening segment. I mean, storyline progression all around. And and now Money in the Bank just keeps getting better. I mean, Lana just got herself a championship opportunity. I'm surprised MF didn't touch on this. Naomi went to Shane O'Mac in the back and says, Shane, I want Lana at Money in the Bank. And Shane's like, I got all this stuff on my mind, blah, 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 blah. And he says, I'll put the title on the line. He's like, you're all right, you're on. So Naomi will defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against Lana at Money in the Bank. Oh my. That just got interesting. Baron Corbin came out looking like a star tonight. He just established himself as a clear favorite, as a legitimate threat to win Money in the Bank. AJ Styles gets a measure of revenge on Ziggler. The Sweet Valley High Mean Girls continue to roll. Perhaps they've gained a new member in Lana. So yeah, newsworthy show indeed. Quality action tonight, with the exception of those 2 bouts, like I indicated. I would have liked to have seen a little more time given to some of these matches, but I can't really nitpick on that anymore. So it's a 7 to 7.5 for me. So whoever wants it next, take it.
I'll give it 7.5. No, the main event wasn't the same quality as what Fletch posted, but it was still, a really good match, and I'm still sticking with my rating on it. Even I'm not. It wasn't expecting anything super great, but it was enough to keep the attention. It was enough to the storyline build, which the whole show was basically, as usual, storyline building and just making you want to watch the pay-per-view more. Yeah, there's some low points all through it, but you could say the same thing about Raw. There's a lot of low points there. Look how many cutouts we had last night. That right there will prove it. But hey, still a good show. Still doing what Smackdown normally does, which is grab the attention, build the storylines, and just feed you more for wanting to watch the pay-per-view. So that's about all I'm going to say about it. So good night, guys. See you next week.
All right, good night, Didi. And we're gonna continue on with my rating. 7.5 is the correct rating. This was a really good show. I think they really nailed it tonight. I love the body of work that they did for the for SmackDown Live as they're heading into Money in the Bank. The women's fight really got a boost of energy. And yes, I do know what Anthony Floyo is talking about because of the fact that they did announce here tonight. Well, there's a lot of news that came out. Well, first off, we got the announcement that Naomi will fight, making her, I guess, in-ring wrestling debut. We're finally going to get it. Naomi goes one-on-one with Lana at Money in the Bank, which was, I mean, holy cow, unbelievable. Big announcement, to say the very least. And then the other bit of news that we heard on July 4th, the 4th of July night, you're going to be celebrating with barbecues and fireworks. The WWE is going to be providing one hell of a fireworks in there when the return of the 16-time world champion John Cena, he makes his return to SmackDown Live. And yes, it is going to be pretty epic because of the fact that, John Cena will be appearing down since the night where he beat The Miz and Maurice with Nikki Bella and got down on one knee and proposed to the woman of his dreams at WrestleMania. So since that fateful night at the Camping World Stadium or Citrus Bowl in Orlando, John Cena will be in the house. And I believe that night they said it's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's going to be a very hot night out in the desert, to say the very least. So with that said, let's go into the Mikey's Mindset. I want to start off with Ring of Honor news. There was a show this past week, and Ring of Honor had a tag team fight that started out with War Machine going up against Will Ferrara and Cheeseburger. Unfortunately, yes, it goes in the way of the War Machine. They win the match. Hanson and Rowe gets a big victory here, but I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Cheeseburger and Will Ferrara gave it everything they had. It was a good performance. It was just wasn't good enough. Unfortunately, they get the big victory here. And then, there was a segment that they did promoting the big main event, the best in the world, the main event, the title on the line, as it was going to be Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. And then we had an 8-man tag team match, as it was Sandata, Bushi, Evil, and the reigning, defending, undisputed IWGP Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion himself. It was Tetsuya Naito. That's right. Los Ignobles de Japón was in the house as they went up against Ring of Honor's stars, Jay and Mark, the Briscoes, and Bubba Ray Dudley. The winners of the bout was Los Ignobles de Japón. They get the big victory in the match. Unbelievable fight. This was my fight of the night, folks. This was a 4-star performance. No, nothing more than that. And in our main event of the evening, it was a battle of one member who used to be part of the Bullet Club to a former member who got kicked out of the Bullet Club. It was Hangman Adam Page going up against Adam Cole in our main event for the evening. Adam Page wins the bout. Great match. Big victory for him. 3 stars for the main event of the evening. For the show, 7 out of 10. I really liked the match. There was only one bad fight, and that was the tag team fight between War Machine and Will Ferrara and Cheeseburger. That was really the night. I didn't really care much for that, but the other 2 matches were really good. Great pace. I loved it. I think it was really, really, really well done. And once again, when Ring of Honor and New Japan work together, it is phenomenal. And ladies and gentlemen, one big note. No, we are less than 3 weeks away from one of the biggest nights in wrestling history from Long Beach, California. New Japan Pro Wrestling presents the G1 tournament, and on that night, it's a 2-night event, but on that event, we are going to crown the first ever IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. The tournament will surround over 2-night event. I think it's like 32 competitors to start it. So we're going to have the first round. I think they said the first and second round. I think it's 16 men. I'm sorry. It's a 16-man tournament. The first round goes on the first night, quarters, semis, and the final on night number 2 from Long Beach, California. Found out the commentators for this event, good old JR Jim Ross and former TNA wrestler Josh Barnett gonna be for the 2-night event. And it's also exclusively on AXS TV. If you got it on any of your social media sites, if you don't get it, log on to their website and demand it now. I know they normally have it on Dish Network. I know they have it on DirecTV, on satellite. But if you want it on cable provider, and say, hey, I want it. I want to witness history, and don't screw with me, people. We pay hard-earned money for our TVs. We want to see this event. This is well worth the price of admission. I'm guaranteeing you that much. All right. Now, Anthony Florio has been waiting for over a week for me to say about this. All right. I know what you're talking about, Florio. Let's talk about it. Let's get the elephant in. Let's get the elephant out of the room. About Fight All Night. Lucha Underground one match. It was basically an iron person fight. Most pinfalls or submissions in about the 45 to 50-minute time limit that they had. And it was Johnny Mundo versus the Mack for the Lucha Underground World title. The fight ends in a 3-3 draw because the time ran out where the Mack was moments away from winning the title. I will say this. This had to be one of the best matches I've ever seen in Lucha Underground. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull the trigger. This was between 4 3/4 to a 5-star classic. This was amazing. The body of work of these two men tearing the house down on Up All Night was freaking awesome. These guys left everything for chance. They left nothing, no stone unturned. And for me, this was without a doubt one of my favorite matches I've seen, like I said, in a very long time. And I really, really, really am. I was heartbroken for, and I felt the pain. I felt how bad the Mack had this fight, and this fight was going so good. It was so exciting. The matchup was amazing, and for it to end like that, um, I think it's said best. Um, I have to say, I think this is one reviewer. This is what he said, and um, this this is what they said. So let me go, and I'm gonna talk here. He said. This was a really good match to bring the crowd back into the show, and credit Mundo and Mack for putting a violent match, yet not being too risky as far as the health of the two wrestlers. Um, it should have strived for more type of a match, and setting there for the WMD match earlier in the season was a filler storyline. This is a main event. Mundo and Mack put on a better match with less risk. As far as some of the details of the match, it was fun. The surprise of PJ Black and Sexy Star were done so well. The wrestling was good by both men who are athletic freaks. Ultimately, both wrestlers came out looking strong. I know how Mundo has a lot of in-ring credibility here and was opposed to a few of the other wins as he relayed more in interference than in his in-ring ability. This kind of character used the interference as more of a supplement as opposed to a crutch. And Mack gained more of a visual pinfall victory with Mundo retaining with the creative out of the match because of the fact that, like I said, it looked like the Mack was about to win the title. The referee came down for 1, for 2, and then the bell rang right at the moment where the referee's shoulder was turning over and was about to call for the 3, and it was unbelievable. What an ending. It was somewhat refreshing that Lucha Underground went back uh refreshing to the back on Lucha Underground after a much needed break from the breakup pace. And I also say that it was also, and after what happened in season 2, yeah, I think we can all agree with that. Huge major props to Vampiro and to Matt Stryker for their commentary. It was very sports-like, and the commentators brought their A game to the match as well. I think everybody won on this one. To me, the match itself was definitely 4 3/4 to a 5-star classic, and the actual production of the show, I could get this at least a 9 out of 10. I don't think there was really whatsoever ever. And like they said, the biggest thing was when I felt so bad for Mack. I felt his emotion at the end when the bell rang, the time ran out. You saw Mack literally physically welling up in tears. Sexy Star consoling him, trying to probably say, "Don't, you did great. You did great. You were amazing. You'll get another shot." Well, guess what? He is gonna get another shot. Dario Cueto showed up and said, "Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Johnny Mundo, Mack, you guys tore the temple down. This was a great fight. And, this was amazing. That I hate most than anything else. I hate ties." He says it that we are going to do this more time. It is sudden death. No excuses. First to a pin or submission wins the match and becomes the Lucha Underground World Champion. And one other thing, Dario Cueto said it best. It does not matter if this goes up all night again. Oh my goodness. Game on. Tomorrow night is gonna be insane. I can't wait. I'm jacked up. Anthony, normally I would never do this, but are you willing to give me your 2 cents? Because I know you've been dying to get your hands on this Lucha Underground fight.
Absolutely.
Because you said that you saw it.
Yes, I did.
Give me your rating and just give me your thoughts about the match itself.
4.5 to 4.75 stars, MF. I mean, I can't give it the 5 because we didn't get a clean finish. We had a non-finish. But, I can understand the non-finish. And we're going to get it again. And this was an amazing match. This goes up there as one of the greatest matches in Lucha Underground history. I can honestly say. I mean, Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest. Mack coming back from 2 falls down to tie it and nearly pulling it out. I mean, amazing. And I've always loved Mundo. You know that. I've always loved Mundo when he was John Morrison in the WWE. But this Mack guy, I hardly know anything about the guy, but I gained an incredible amount of respect for that guy. No doubt about it. And one more time this upcoming week, I'm in. I'm game. So you pretty much said it all, MF. So I want to give it 5, but I can't quite do it because we had a non-finish. So it's between 4.5 to 4.75, and definitely, in my opinion, one of the greatest matches. It goes up there as in the conversation of greatest match in Lucha Underground history.
And not only that, but I think you could even make an argument for possible fight of the year. Absolutely. I mean, it's there. It's there now. I mean, we got 3 possible candidates for fight of the year. I mean, that's how epic this fight was. This was amazing. So that's it. That's our show for this evening. I thought I had some RWA news. Unfortunately, I don't. There's only one. Well, let me see. Give me a second, guys. Maybe I can pull. Let me see if I can pull something here quick. As many of you guys know, this Saturday night is Elite Status from the new Chop Shop, or Chop Shop Part 2 is what they're calling it. And let me see. Do we have any matches? Oh, yes. Actually, we do have some matches. All right. So I stand corrected. All right. So first off, we got is a tag team fight. Actually, you know what? Probably I wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna screenshot it. So give me 1 second, folks. I'm gonna screenshot this. Go here. Floyo, just tell me if you see it on your screen.
Got it.
Okay. So here's one of the matches that we're gonna have this time around. It's gonna be Chris Sterling and the Irish Warrior going up against Team Mack Attack, my boys, trainee number 1 and the Monster Mack, and I gotta do it. Holy freaking crap! That's for the Monster Mack himself. He's probably going to kill me for doing that. I can hear him right now. He's probably like, Michael, oh my, I'm going to kill you. But I can't wait. This is going to be a very good tag team attraction, to say the very least. If you get it, this is going to be good. Then we have, get a load of this one, man. Showtime Tony Clash against Francesco Abruzzi. So this is going to be one of those where left Tony Clash a little high and dry in the tag team fight. Well, you know what that means. Whenever something like that happens, hell has no fury like a scorned. And let me tell you, man, you scorned your partner, you scorned a brother, you better be ready for a fight. And one other sweet bit of news, RWA just announced no DQ. I hope they don't use any chairs, because damn it to hell, if they break a chair, somebody's gonna get broken. I'm telling you right now, that's the one biggest pet peeve RWA management hates more than anything else. And actually, the new Chop Shop owner hates it, is when chairs get broken. Somebody breaks the chair in that building, somebody dies. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. You go over there, you break a chair, you get broken. Literally broken. Nothing more to say on that front. All right, so next up we had, okay, this one got really serious. Todd Harris, let's just say he had a little bit of some comments to say. Not so nice things about women in general. And, well, yeah. Let's just say somebody found out about it, management found out about it, and now Todd Harris, you're going to have to go up against the Suplex Sweetheart. Now, I've interviewed her in the past. Probably one of the nicest people that I got to know. But let me tell you, don't let the cuteness, don't let the beauty and the cuteness, don't get tempted for it. She is a wrestler, man, and she knows, and she got wind about the comments by Todd Harris, and let me tell you, she's not too pleased about it either. She's doing this for the girls, but she's doing this for her own personal reasoning to kick this boy's butt on Saturday night. So, Todd Harris, get ready, my friend. You're going to be in for a fight. Okay. Next thing we got, guys. Let me see if we got it. Okay. This got personal. This is actually interesting, because Jack Connor at Perseverance. David Baker got a leverage victory and got the 1, 2, 3. And most importantly, David Baker is the #1 contender. He's going to Legacy to fight for the title. Jack Connor wants some revenge. So, what do? Let's throw these two in the ring and let them go at it. So, that's what's going to happen. David Baker versus Chairman Jack Connor, 1-on-1. What's that going to be like? Well, we'll just have to wait and find out. And then, only one thing left. The main event for the evening for the RWA Triple Crown Championship. There is a video on YouTube. I don't think I'm going to be allowed to show it, so I'm just going to hold it there. But this is going to happen. It's going to be the champion, the ace, Mike Montero goes 1-on-1 with Nick Marchand with the title on the line. Basically, what happened was Nick Marchand basically talked to Mike Montero after the fight was over. There was a handshake. They had a little bit of some words going. They were talking some words, and they're like, you know what? I want a shot at the belt. He's like, I'll put the title on the line anytime, any place, anywhere. I'm a fighting champion. Well, RWA management got wind of it, and right then and there, the RWA management made the match right there at in ring that these two guys were gonna fight at elite status, title on the line. Oh my goodness, here we go. All right, guys, so that's it. That's the show for the night. Thank you so much for watching this. And I know you guys are like, Mike, what are we going to get? What's going to happen on Strictly Sports? We're going to have it on Strictly Sports. All right. You jackals, you knuckleheads, you want to know what's going to happen on Strictly Sports? All right. Let me hit you one time on this. Let me hit you with a 1-2 punch. All right. On Strictly Sports, this Friday night, here's the docket. First off, Tiger Woods arrested for DUI. We're going to get into that. Albert Pujols gets his 600 career home run, and boy, did he do it in grand style. Grand salami. We're going to get into that. Me and Florio and Michael Bullock, we're going to get into that. Then we had Edwin Vasquez. He threw a no-no. We definitely got to get into that. Anthony Florio's going to have to go into professor mode and hit us with all good stuff on that one. Then we did get the suspension. Hunter Strickland and Bryce Harper both got suspended for the little dust-up that they had, the little base brawl that went down in San Fran about a week ago. So we're going to get into that. Of course, excuse me. Excuse me, I had a little Starburst in the mouth for a moment. Sorry about that. Then we're gonna have Michael Bullock. He's gonna be talking about his time at URI for the Special Olympics Summer Games. The State Summer Games, I should say. We got that. I'm going to hit you guys with the 1-2 on UFC 212. Again, I was at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'll give you all the details about that. Then we close the show with the Major League Baseball Power Rankings. That's all going down at 10:30 Eastern on the Tone 25, YouTube.com this Friday night. Be there or be square. You guys already know the routine. And until then, thank you so much for watching this. Like this video, leave a comment at the bottom, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the Tone 25. Heck, subscribe to and subscribe to Derek's sports fan 84. Boston Sports Fan 84. Log on to his site and show him the love as well, because he's our Imperial Grand Poobah, executive producer of all of our shows. And until then, thank you so much for watching this. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now. We'll see you guys on Friday night. Peace. We out.